Hello tribe, welcome or welcome back to Crow's Whisper Tarot. Today we're going to be looking at what is your destiny in this lifetime. So let's skip over to the piles. So guys, here are the piles. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4 and pile 5. Take your time selecting your piles and we'll skip over to the groups. Hello pile 1, you guys picked out the pyrite. Today, let's look at your destiny in this lifetime. We start off with go on an adventure. Today is the day to try something daring. Starting off strong. So what you need to do in this lifetime has something to do with being daring. We have the Guardian of Cups or the Queen of Cups. We have the Star card, the Nine of Pentacles and the Child of Wands. Definitely an adventurous spirit is coming out in this lifetime. In addition to that, we have the Six of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Judgment card reversed. Starting off strong. So in terms of your destiny in this lifetime, it's something that is related to your finances, your career, and your, I forgot what I was going to say, passion. That's what I was going to say, passion in this lifetime. Adventurous spirit coming through very strongly. Starting off with the Six of Cups, I would say it's something related to an experience you had in your childhood that has really shaped not only how you see the world, but also how you want to navigate it. It's something that is very strongly rooted in you and has come through very clearly as well. With the Ace of Cups, it's again with the Cups energy, an emotional tie that has come through. It can be because of an experience with someone, a romantic experience, or just something related to family more specifically, where you had such a deep connection to someone and that experience on its own made it so whatever the experience was, it wasn't ended in something positive. It could be that this individual either passed away or some situation where the outcome wasn't positive, potentially health related as well. And that's really shaped how you view the world around you and also how you want to get the ambition to sort of do something. It's almost like, you know, someone passed away of cancer, and so now your goal is to do a lot of research related to cancer and really explore that in detail and dive into it so that, you know, you can prevent something in the future. That's the vibe I'm getting. It's something tied to a childhood experience or someone from your childhood that really shaped your ambitions and really shaped where you want to go in life. What I'm getting is that that experience is what started off your destiny. And your destiny is related to that, where you're really pushing through and creating something that will benefit someone else. And not only will it give you encouragement financially with the Nine of Pentacles as well, but with the Star card, it's almost shaped your trajectory and hope for the future. It's something that's very strong and very positive and really drawing you into that energy. With the Queen of Cups as well, it's all about trying to find the best way to help others and find the best way to balance out intense emotions within you. It could be that you're doing a lot of volunteer work and traveling to countries that need extra support, or it can be that you're giving a lot of financial aid to worthy causes, and that's really shaped your destiny as you're adding to that. It might not be a job that you have, but it's a job that you take on. And with the Child of Wands energy as well, you're following the spark, following the initial interest that you've had in this lifetime and really tracking forward with that. It's almost like a life mission, become a life mission of yours to add to society in some way, and that's going to be complex. It's going to be associating with a lot of people. It's going to different countries. It's broadening the horizons of not only yourself but also others. Let's have a look at a few more messages. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. We have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Two of Wands. Again, it's a lot of planning for a better future for others. With the Ten of Cups and the Two of Wands, it's all about giving your energy into something to make not only yourself but others feel very positive and very engaged and spiritually engaged, and also feeling safe and comfortable and having all the, I guess, more root chakra sort of stability, safety, control. Those sorts of energies come through really strongly for you guys, and that's sort of part of your life mission. With the Seven of Wands reversed, I see this as you giving your energy willingly to other people. With the Seven of Wands upright, it would be more like you're trying to distance yourself, create a boundary, protect yourself, that sort of thing. As it's reversed, it's more about you giving what you have to other people. You're not holding resources to yourself. You're openly giving resources to others. And that's what's creating this shift to your destiny, is giving to others, doing something leading to other people being happy and healthy and safe. Let's get a few more cards for you guys. We have the root chakra of I am fearful. So it's dealing with someone else's fears. It's not your own. As I said, root chakra is very prominent. But it can be that you're dealing with someone else's fears. You're dealing with trying to protect others and make them feel safe and cared for and wanted. That's just something that has come through. In addition to that, I do have a victim mindset right now. So you might feel like things are not quite going to plan, or dealing with people who feel like things are not going quite to plan. So it could be disaster relief, it could be women's safety, violence, that sort of thing that you're trying to help with through association. And I do act competitively, so it could be, again, some sort of relation to crime, wars, even if it's helping the homeless with being cared for and looked after as well. How does their destiny affect themselves? Got two cards that came through. We have I love and forgive. So you could be teaching yourself and others to love and forgive either the world we live in or people that are involved. And we also have I love but can be overly critical of others. I think through this destiny that you've had and will have in this lifetime, it's about, you're going to have a lot of struggles when it comes to dealing with people and dealing with scenarios consistently that are heartbreaking and don't give any sort of relief, and we sort of end up hating the world that we are in and the people involved in it too. And that's just a side effect of what's coming through. But it's important to have, or trying to maintain, that love and forgiveness for yourself, and being not so critical of yourself for not achieving certain things related to this destiny. It is a tough process, and it will continue to be a tough process, but you just have to march your way through. Let's get an additional message for this group. Additional message. We have: spend time in nature, let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. As you're dealing with a lot of humans in this destiny, and humans are complex and difficult and annoying to be around, so spend time in nature where you can sort of space out and sort of regroup, because you are currently traveling everywhere, anywhere, and achieving a lot of things at the moment. And like the mountains there as well, you have a lot of barriers, a lot of things to get around. But what you need to try and do is focus on the calm, focus on being grounded. I think your head's always going, constantly thinking about something. You need time to sort of recenter yourself and recenter why this all started in the first place. I think over time you sort of just end up being very focused on achieving certain things, but it's important to take things a little bit slow and take your time with processing these emotions. And it's quite intense with what you need to deal with as well, with everything that's coming through. So really focus on trying to absorb and grow in that way. So that is your destiny, pile 1. I hope it made sense. I hope you can relate to it. If it resonates, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hello, pile 2. Let's have a look at your destiny. You chose the green fluorite. So we have, starting off with, find your haven. There's a place of wonder waiting just for you. Probably need a few more details to delve into that one. We have the Explorer of Cups, the Devil card reversed, and the Magician, and the Two of Wands. Along with the Lover's card, Star card, the Ace of Wands reversed, and the High Priestess. For this group in particular, I find that your destiny is related to either finding a community that you're feeling very safe and engaged with, or it is finding the calm within yourself, is what I'm processing at the moment. The reason is we have the Lover's card and we have the Star card. The Star card is all about dreaming and hope and trying to wish for a better future. And with the Lover's card here, in the Marseille deck, it's actually 3 people, and it's almost like you're choosing a path for yourself. So it can be, when it comes to relationships and when it comes to yourself, you haven't found a place where you feel is fitting for you. You're constantly trying to search for someone that you can relate to, someone who matches your energy, or that you feel safe with, that you can talk about what you want and you're not being judged on. I think finding your community is something that is very, very strong within you. With the Ace of Wands reversed as well, it seems like your passion or what you're interested in or where you want to go is something that you have been struggling with to find. It's almost like you're trying to try new things all the time, but nothing's really worked out. You have a lot of inner creativity and inner motivation to try heaps of things, but nothing has stuck, or you've just haven't found one that has resonated for you that you can continue with. And with the High Priestess, there's part of this journey that is not explored, or you haven't been able to see because of some sort of block that has happened. Whether it's because, spirits haven't showed you the path, or it's something that you haven't yet explored in detail, but there is a limited block that is coming through. And part of it is dealing with things that are uncomfortable in your life. I'm not sure if it's always that you have been shown the easy way to a lot of things in your life, or someone's always told you and sort of moved you almost like a chess piece in life with where you want to go, family or otherwise. It's almost like you haven't been able to really explore the world in the way that you want to, and explore, relationships, people, going to different places. It's almost like either you're blocking yourself from going into the unknown, or someone has sort of been blocking you subconsciously throughout this journey. But part of it is that you have a lot of resources that you can use for yourself, but you haven't really figured out how you're going to get there with the Two of Wands. This entire experience that you have been having is almost like a debate within yourself on where you want to go, what you want to do, how you're going to get close to achieving what you need to achieve. It's a very slow process with getting there. It's almost like you're trying to navigate something that is hidden from you, but at the same time it's right there. It's almost like take the path less traveled, which you are afraid of and not sure if you can achieve, but by following that path you will get to your safe haven and somewhere where you can be yourself and not feel criticized or blocked or anything like that. Let's get a few clarifiers. We have, I am disconnected from the universe. Again, not having a community, not having a path that you want to follow, and being very much lost in life in general. Let's get a few more. We have, I see and can have mental fog. So part of it is that because you are unsure of your destiny and don't have a clue of what it is, it makes it a lot harder for you. But that is, in fact, part of your destiny. It is you yourself finding a path that works for you. It's not going to be handed over to you. No one's going to tell you, oh, you should do this. That, is perfectly suited to you. That's not going to happen. It's about you yourself trying to find and trying to explore where you want to go in terms of life. Let's get, that fell right out, so I'm assuming that's the one that wanted to come through. I find this hilarious. You know the way, trust your intuition on this journey. Again, we are getting that you really need to find the path for you. And once you do, you have your destiny. You have exactly where you want to go. But getting to that path is going to be the biggest challenge. So let's skip over to your other cards that I pulled out for you before. We have the Moon card in reverse. We have the Three of Cups, again, community, friendships. And we have the Judgment card as well. So with the Moon card being reversed, I see this as once the fog has cleared for you, it's almost a straight path. Everything will become clear. It's almost like the cloud in front of the moon, And then once that fog has cleared, then the moon is showing you the path. It is lighting things up. But once we get through to what your path is, it becomes so much easier. The challenge is you yourself finding that path. Can be career, can be family, can be finding your chosen friends, chosen family, finding your soul tribe, whatever it is, you yourself need to figure it out. How you're going to get there. So, because of the vagueness of the reading, I'm going to assume that there is nothing that, or maybe there is. I was going to say, might not be any additional information, but let's see if we can get something to help you guys out. 3 of Wands, go on a journey. I find this very intriguing because with the Devil card, you're in the dark, you can't see the path forward, there's a light at the end, things are very dark and gloomy and you can't really tell what's going on. Whereas it's almost like an identical shot, but we have the 3 of Wands. Again, the trees are up, but the path is illuminated. But to find the path, to find that sun in the distance, you have to trek forward through the unknown. It is honestly the most clear reading I've got, but also the most vague, which is fun. So essentially your life purpose is just finding what your life purpose is and your destiny is. Nothing is going to be shown to you. It's something that has to be explored. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Again, rest, recuperate, but also plan ahead. If, find your strengths within yourself. Analyze what the strengths are within yourself. There's a lot of self-work that needs to be done. Nothing's going to come from external. Nothing's going to come from people. You're not going to be placed into an environment that is going to suit you. You have to trek forward, investigate, take the time to really plan out what you haven't tried, plan out where you want to go. And by doing that, then you'll get to the Queen of Swords, which is being able to really discern what your skills are, know your limitations, know your skills, know, what subjects you're good at, what, pathways you can take. And once you do that, then you get victory, you get success, and you get self-satisfaction with everything, with the King of Pentacles here. So the process is very clear for you guys. There's nothing that's, I wouldn't say difficult, it's always going to be difficult, but nothing that you can't manage, because your destiny is literally in your hands with wherever you choose to take life, which is an incredible thing to know. Very fascinating, guys. So pile 2, that was your reading. I hope it was clear. I hope it made sense. If it resonated, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys picked out the obsidian crystal. So let's have a look at your reading. We start off with, you can do hard things. It's not as impossible as it may feel. Interesting. Let's get a little more info on that. We have the Guardian of Pentacles reversed. We have the Explorer of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. We have the 8 of Cups, and we have the 6 of Cups reversed, along with the 5 of Pentacles reversed. We have the King of Rings, and we have the Ace of Rings. Very interesting. Starting off the bat, your destiny is very much related to community. I would say it's more community rather than finance, although For some of you, it might be slightly financial as well. But to start off with the Five of Pentacles, it is all about going through a process where you're feeling very alone. You're feeling like you don't really have the resources or people around you to really support you in this life. You feel like things are not quite going to plan. But with the King of Pentacles here, you have potential to get to a stage where you will be embracing this pentacle energy, where you have all the resources that you need and you have every opportunity that comes to you, and every person, every financial, material resource that comes to you. To get through from having nothing to having everything, the process is, as it said before, it may feel impossible, but you can definitely do it. The way that you can is by embracing the ability to rely not on yourself but on your community. With the Queen of Pentacles, it's all about her having everything that she wants. It's already laid out. She's grown, she's planned, has everything in her back garden that she needs. But the reversed version is that you will need to be able to rely on others to really help shape your life the way you want it to. With the Explorer of Wands, I think with a lot of relationships resources, you find it's very quick for you to explode or break ties. I feel like for some of you, you may find it easier to work on your own than it is to work with other people as well. And so that sort of ended up breaking a lot of ties that you had to the people around you. And it ends up being that you're having all this baggage that you're carrying on your own without anyone else to really support you through it. It's not a pleasant experience, and it's not going to benefit you in the long term. You really need to focus on your community and having your community give things to you, rather than sort of you end up draining yourself because no one's there to support you. You need someone to take on the extra responsibility and help you out. You need someone to be there when, things aren't going great financially, or when you have too much on your plate. You need someone to take off that load. And you need someone there that you can rely on. And that's part of your destiny, is growing that aspect of yourself and really expanding your circles and expanding your thought process and your mind in terms of where you can really gain the best experience. We have I sense and I hyper spiritualize. The issue, I think, with leading into your destiny, or what you need to overcome, is the thought that everything you do, you control, and everything that happens, you will always have a hand in. I think letting go is something that you're struggling with at the moment. Any additional cards? We're getting this one. We have, I feel emotionally overly reactive. Again, with the Explorer of Wands or the Knight of Wands. I think the way you respond when you're feeling stressed out and when you're feeling very sensitive to the environment around you, makes it a lot harder for you to take on other people as well. So it's almost like when you're very stressed out, you tend to internalize a lot of things. But then if someone asks you, are you okay? You end up pushing that emotion onto them. So then you get very upset at them. And that's, again, where that breaking of ties comes in. You don't try and get them to help out. Your almost thought process is, I shouldn't be seen as lacking. I shouldn't be seen as not being able to support myself or control things in my life. And make sure that you're floating above water. Even if you're feeling like you're sinking, you don't want to seem like you are. And so that external facade of being strong and being, greater than the other people around you is actually where you're lacking. And so your destiny is, I would say, very similar, where you're able to rely on others. You're able to not only be strong by yourself, but also be strong with the support of others. I think it's almost like whatever you've tried to do alone, and not accepting help out of situations, not accepting, I guess, resources that would come really, really easily if you just asked for it. It can just be someone to listen to you ramble. It could just be someone to, help support and care for you. We also have the Sun card in reversed. So it is being able to change a situation from negative to positive. That's something that you need to work on in this lifetime to really get to your destiny, which is to be at a stage where financially you're great, emotionally you're great, success is in your hands, but you have your community that will have your back, and you're willing to not only give to that community but also receive from that community. For a lot of you, I feel it's being able to receive has not been something that you sort of thought of so far, is what I'm getting. Any additional messages for pile 3? We have set boundaries, claim your power, and know your value today. So, things are not as hard as it seems, and to set boundaries. I think it's to set boundaries more within yourself. It's to create boundaries of, when this situation happens, this is how I should react. When this situation happens, this is how I should respond. I should, call this person, text that person. When disaster strikes, have a plan of how you're going to deal with it. Good or bad. If you do succeed, in something, being able to tell someone, being able to show off, having the openness of expansion. With the Devil card, it's not just about negativity. It's also about being free, being, seen as vulnerable, being seen as exposed in your good and bad traits. It's not necessarily something that is restrictive. Even if it seems that way, it actually allows you to shine a lot brighter when people can see multifaceted sides of you. And it's not that hard to do that. It just takes a lot of mind power. I think you're more of a doer, in action based way of approaching life, but there is subtlety in exploring emotions and exploring deeper sides of yourself, and not just sort of plowing through life and hoping for the best. Let's get some additional messages. We have, I talk more than listen. And we have, I talk, but I am shy. So that was coming through with expressing yourself to others, is you tend to make your point known and then back off and sort of be by yourself again, instead of having a active listening approach, listening to their perspective, but also letting them respond to you is also part of it. So it's not just talking at someone and then pretending they don't exist afterwards, but it's also about being able to continue a back and forth conversation so you can get deeper into whatever subject is being discussed. And I think because you tend to shy away from deeper subjects, it makes it a lot trickier for people to really connect to you and your story. If that is something that you're working on, that's something that in life, in this lifetime, you would be moving towards, is moving out of being in one spot and being a bit stuck. That is your message, pile 3. If it resonated, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 4. This is your reading for your destiny in this lifetime. Let's have a look at your cards. To start off with, we have Let It Go. With let go all that is no longer serving you. Then we have Write a letter. Write a letter to your inner child. We have the 5 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the Explorer of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Swords, along with the Page of Wands reversed, the 9 of Wands reversed, and the 4 of Cups upright. So, to start off, I think what you guys will be going through in this lifetime is being able to move past a lot of difficulties, trauma, experiences that you have had related to your childhood self or teenage self. And that has shaped you quite significantly over time, to the point where whenever you're given another similar challenge or difficulty in life, instead of trying your best, moving past it, you're focused on everything that's blocking your path rather than the path ahead. Every time you think about something, the first thought you have is that that's not going to work. Nothing is going to plan, nothing is following the way you want it to, and that's not meant to be something that has impacted you in this lifetime. With the 4 of Cups, it's all about whenever a scenario happens for you, your immediate response is actually to jump onto the negative side of things. Instead of seeing the glass as half full, you see it as half empty. When someone approaches you and says something to you, even if it's positive in the way they say it, you take it as something that is negative. Your approach to scenarios has always been to absorb things and flip them because that's what you imagine them to be, even if that's not the reality of the situation. You need to take the time in this lifetime to understand that there is calm in every day and no one is acting against you. You are very much independent of all your actions. And even if you think that people are fighting against you or people are not acting to your best intent, it doesn't mean that you have to then always see them as someone who is negative, because people are multifaceted, and not being able to see that and having preconceived ideas of people in your life is not going to benefit you in this lifetime. So your destiny is actually not related to any external factors. It's all very much internal. Your destiny is to see that life contains a lot of positivity, and your destiny is to work past that trauma in whatever form it has come in. It could be physical, it could be mental, it can be a heap of things, but you need to find a way to slowly but surely move past it. And it's not going to be a comfortable journey. It's going to be extremely uncomfortable, but the only way you can move past something is to try and recreate the scenario and piece it back together. It can be, for a lot of you, that to get towards your destiny, you would need to do a lot of journaling, a lot of writing, whether it's a video message, a audio message to yourself, or writing it down and then burning it, or keeping it, up to you. But the goal is to move past it consciously. To consciously move past it, there's a lot of stages that you need to go through. It is complex and it will require external help, but for the most part, that is the only way you can really embrace life and embrace the people in your life, is to move past these scenarios. I'm not saying you're going to keep them in your life, but it's a lot better to move past it than to hold on, because holding on to grudges and pain end up manifesting as some sort of physical ailment or physical illness that ends up keeping you going every time. And it might be short bursts of it, or it can just be lifelong, that you might have had a bad history with a partner, something happened, you hurt your back at that time, and then you may experience that throughout your life. You end up with back pain. There's no cause to it, no physical ailment, but it manifests as an ailment. So it's just something to keep in mind, that trauma and emotions are very much connected to our physical body, and they will manifest in those ways. It could be that every time you think of someone, you get a headache. Every time you hear, a song you associate with them, that triggers something in you as well. It's something that has been a complexity, and the goal is to see the light at the end of the tunnel and be very decisive within yourself about where you want to go and what you want to do. Your destiny is to figure yourself out, is to delve into really deep subjects about yourself, not just looking surface level, but also looking at what makes you tick, what causes these bursts that come through of you being upset or any sort of injury, illness that has manifested through. With the Eight of Pentacles reversed, it is something that you haven't truly started to work on yet. I think you've been piecing together whatever has happened in your past, and realizing now that it has affected you, but moving past that stage and progressing past that hasn't happened yet for a lot of you. And it can be that you're very stubborn when it comes to seeing that part of yourself. I think you always see yourself as more intelligent or more knowledgeable in those subjects when it comes to, moving past trauma. You feel like you've pretty much achieved it at this stage. But what is clear is it still hasn't happened. You haven't quite delved into this destiny yet. And that's something that needs to come through. We have, I am disconnected from the universe. We also, let's have a look at this one as well. We also have, I do act spontaneously and I do act aggressively. It can be that because of the spontaneous nature in which these thoughts come through, you haven't actually taken the time once they pass to really reanalyze what happened, why that was triggering me. You might need to do a lot of shadow work as well, looking into your consciousness and really delving into why certain aspects of this trauma seems to sprout at certain moments and why that is a trigger to you. There's a difference between how people experience difficult scenarios. Something bad can happen and you can move past it because you've analyzed the situation. You've made sense of the situation, of what's caused that fear, but then you haven't moved past it, which makes it into that cycle. Or you can be with the mindset of, for example, you had a car accident, it was very traumatic. Every time you get in the car, you're driving and you feel that stress come on, that something could happen. Whereas you can either keep driving and keep reminding yourself it's fine, I can get past it, not a big deal, it's a one-time thing. Or you can pretty much, every time you see a car, every time you hear a car, you get fear, hence the trauma. So it's very much a mental thing, and to get past it you need to consciously be able to associate positive things to what is negative, being able to listen to music while you're driving to calm you down that you enjoy. There's certain things that you need to put into place to really push yourself towards this destiny. And writing for you guys to consciously understand your actions rather than the other person, because what you control with any sort of situation is yourself. You can't control other people. So what you need to focus on then is how to consciously draw out the reason for your actions when it comes to this trauma. And that is going to take quite a bit of time. Any additional responses for this group? So, you guys got 2 extra cards. And we have, it's never truly the end. In this, everything will be okay. So, will be an ongoing process for you. It is not going to be solved in a day or a year or 10 years. It is going to be a constant process because there's always going to be a situation that makes things difficult. And we have say yes, be open to receive. Be open to receiving criticism about yourself. Be open to exploring your deeper side. Be open to delving into what makes you you. It will be dark, it will be scary, it will be painful, but the result is that you would be able to let go and feel a lot lighter, and that is the destiny that you have in this lifetime. Pile 4. If it resonated, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hello, pile number 5. This is your reading. You selected the citrine crystal. So let's look at your destiny in this lifetime. To start off with, we have connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. Lovely. We also have the 8 of Wands, the Justice card, the 2 of Cups, and the Hermit. Let's get a little bit more. We have the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Rings, and the Wheel of Fortune. So, to start off with, I think this is a very spiritual group. I feel like a lot of where you want to go is related to making yourself improve. You're going through multiple cycles within yourself to constantly move forward, to constantly achieve. It's almost like you guys tend to analyze yourselves in such detail that you're very much conscious of every move and decision that you make, and are very willing to change where you want to go and what you want to be. And because of your patience within yourself, you're able to really achieve what you want to achieve and not being held back by anything in your life. With the 8 of Wands, your destiny will come to you as a very big surprise. Things that are very tricky for you to get your hands on and deal with. It'll come at a time where you're feeling very lost, or you're feeling like something more has to come into your life, but you haven't quite realized what it is. With the Hermit card, your inner journey with the 6 of Swords as well is what makes the biggest change. It could be, to some of you, related to connections with others or spirituality or higher power, but the connection that you form within yourself and to others is what is part of your destiny. I'm needing more clarification on this destiny that is spoken of. Let's get a few extra cards. We have the 6 of Rings, that one to come out, and we have the 10 of Wands. So part of your destiny in this lifetime is to really investigate your connection to others and what you can give to others. So your journey within yourself is to get yourself to a stage where you're able to give to others. And you're giving to others at a time where they feel overworked, depressed, feeling that there's not much hope for their circumstance, and they come to you with almost a need for guidance, is what I'm getting. And that process is a difficult one, because to get to a stage where you can help others and show others that perspective, you would need to figure things out for yourself and work on yourself in order to help the broader community that are coming to you. So that ripple effect of helping others and, dealing with your own difficulties, disappointments, sometimes even trauma, past hurt, all that you would need to deal with on your own first before you push forward into the next cycle. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Five of Wands. Part of your destiny is that at some point in time, you will feel like you're very isolated, that you don't have a community that supports you, that you don't have connections to other people that are long lasting, and you're almost looking for someone who will be there long term rather than coming to you short term with a question or a need for something and simply coming to you until that's been satisfied and then moving away. Because of people not being a permanent part of your life and not receiving enough support from others, with the Three of Swords reversed here, where if you're heartbroken or disappointed by something, not having the right community to let those emotions out, it's almost like the community you were with may or may not have provided support, or they would have negated the emotions that you were feeling at the time, which makes it very hard for you to express yourself to other people, and really try to contain things and almost internalize the difficulties you've had, and not expressing that to other people. So with, again, connect to eternity within and let yourself be held by love. You're going to be going through a process that is tricky and difficult. It's the process of being able to really see things from a deeper perspective and being open to other people with what you're feeling. Let's get a few clarifications on this. We have, I sense knowledge overwhelm. So part of this is that with the emotions that you have, you need to be able to get to a point where you can share this with someone. And that is part of your destiny, is being able to work through your emotions, but work through it in a way where you're not alone. You're working with someone else, or being able to share with someone things that are going on in your life, or even hobbies that you have that you don't tell anyone else. It's important that those aspects of yourself are shared. We have, I love but can be overly self-critical. Again, we look at ourselves through a very different lens than how others look at us. And because of that, it becomes a lot more tricky for you to know your true self. The reason for that is we tend to hyperanalyze things about ourselves, physical appearance, also looking at our emotions and where they stand. We see ourselves through a very different light than how others would perceive us. So part of your destiny is to expand and grow. It could also be for some of you that it's about finding a community where you are held and supported through everything. Quite a few. So we have go inward. It's time to connect with your inner child. It's interesting, as kids we find it very easy to express ourselves and very easy to let others know what we're thinking and we just say it. We don't overanalyze things that are going on in our life. Again, we're also being able to make friends with people a lot quicker because we don't sort of hesitate and try and act as something we're not. With disappointment, it's not the end. There is hope even in the darkest of nights. Again, with the Five of Pentacles, it's all about being able to explore environments to the best of your ability and really put yourself out there. And we have let go of the past. It's time to envision a new story. There's no use trying to remain in the state you're in. It's about you going back to exploring outward rather than inward. Being able to form meaningful connections with others and seeking out meaningful connections with others. That's all part of your journey. You may find that going to parks or lakes very beneficial to you. In all your cards, there seem to be a theme of that. You may also find sunsets being very significant in drawing you out. It's important that you try and push yourself into those areas so that you can really put your best foot forward. Let's have a look at a few other cards. And finally, we have I am rooted. You have enough stability in your life. You have your own support. You, as a person, are feeling secure within the place you're in. The only thing that's missing from your life is connection to others that are meaningful. Again, meaningful. To people who will help you, support you, grow with you. And that is your destiny, is to get to a place where you do find that for yourself. And it's almost a guarantee that that will happen, which is amazing. If it resonated, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.